Morning students, and welcome to history class once again. Dear students, today in this short video we will learn the various sources about the Aryans. We are learning about the Aryans, no? So the Vedic period. And in the previous video, I have explained that the arrival of the Aryans, no? 1500 BC, a group of people migrated to India from Central Asia, and they were known as the Indo-Aryans. And we have learned in the beginning they settled in the Brahmavartha region. It was known as the early Vedic period. And from this region, the Aryans slowly spread or occupied the whole of North India. Then it was known as the Aryavarta, or the land of Aryan. No, Aryavarta. When the Aryans lived or settled in the Aryavarta region, it was known as the later Vedic period. So please remember about the two Vedic periods. The two different phases or the period of the Aryan civilization, early Vedic civilization and the later Vedic civilizations. Civilization, please remember. Now it is about the sources. To know about the Aryans, we have a number of sources, both literary and archaeological. First of all, we will learn about the literary sources about the Aryans, include the four Vedas, the Rigveda, Samaveda, Yajurveda, Atharvaveda, and other books, that is Brahmanas, Aranyakas, Upanishad, the Vedanga, the Sutra, the Upavedas, Darshanas. And then we are having two great epics, Ramayana and the Mahabharata. So these are the various literary sources to know about the Aryans and their culture. We will learn about the literary sources first of all. After that, we will learn about the archaeological sources. The Vedic text may be divided into two broad chronological groups, the early Vedic text and the later Vedic text. It means the Aryans composed some books when they were in the Brahmavartha region. These books were known as the early Vedic text. And we have learned now from the Brahmavartha region or the land of Brahma, it was known as Sapsindhu. No? Sapta Sindhu or the Brahmavartha region, the first settlement of the Aryans. And we have learned from the Brahmavartha region, the Aryans slowly occupied the whole of North India, and they called it as the Aryavarta, or the land of the Aryans. And during the early Vedic and the later Vedic period, the Aryans composed a number of books. That is why early Vedic text and the later Vedic text. Then means in the early Vedic period, the Aryans composed most of the hymns of the Rigveda. Rigveda, the oldest Veda. And we will learn about the first testament of mankind. The Rigveda is known as the first testament of the mankind. That I will explain afterwards. And in the later Vedic period, so Aryans composed, Brahmanas, Aranyakas, Upanishads, etc. The two periods correspond to the two phases of Aryan expansion in India. Two different periods. So please, early Vedic text and the later Vedic text. The social, economic, political and religious aspects of the life of the people came to be reflected in the Vedic literature. So we are going to learn about the four Vedas and the contents first of all. Then we will learn about the two epics and its contents, and then we will learn about the importance of these Vedas and the two epics importance. Okay. The Vedic literature was written in Sanskrit. Sanskrit was their language. The term Veda has been derived, originated from the Sanskrit word Vid, which means knowledge. So we can say the Vedas and the other books and the epics are the Aryans, knowledge of the Aryans. Okay. Then the Vedic literature is divided into two parts, namely the Shruti and the Smriti. Why it is known as Shruti? It is believed that the Shruti was revealed to the sage by God, and they passed on that knowledge orally from generation to generation. Okay, according to Aryan's tradition, no? Okay, this picture he showed that. Okay, so that Aryan, I mean, according to Aryan's belief, no. So the Vedas, no, the God revealed the sages, and then the rishis, they passed this to other generation. On the other hand, Smriti literature was composed by the rishis only. Shruti and Smriti. Okay. So according to Aryans, it is believed that the Shruti was revealed to the sages by gods, and they passed on the knowledge orally from generation to generation. That is why it is called Shruti. Listening or learning, listening. Okay. The Vedic literature can be classified into the following categories. The four Vedas, Rig Veda, Samaveda, Yajurveda, and the Atharva Vedas, and their Samhidas. We will learn what is Samhita. Then, the Brahmanas attached to each Samhita, not the Brahmins, but the Brahmanas, the Aranyakas or the forest books, the Upanishad. Okay. Is Vedic, these all include the Vedic literature. So listen, we are reading about the sources, okay, about the Aryans and their culture, sources. And it is about the literary sources, not about the archaeological sources. So now let me explain something about the Veda. So Vedas, okay, listen, first one, the Rig Veda. Okay, we will learn what is Rig Veda. It is the oldest religious text in the world. Rig Veda is the oldest religious text in the world. Okay. Therefore, it is known as the first testament of mankind. When the Aryans were in the Brahmavarta region, we know what was Brahmavarta, or land of 7 rivers sub Sindhu, no? They composed the hymns of this Veda. That is why it is the oldest testament of the mankind. It is said to have been composed during the early Vedic period. Early Vedic period, please remember, early Vedic period and the later Vedic period. Okay. Then the hymns are dedicated by the sages to God. They were passed on orally from teachers to their disciples. That is why Shruti, no? Okay. The Rig Vedic hymns are the authentic sources of knowledge of the life of people of the time. Much of the Indian philosophy is based on the Rig Veda. It is also contains the famous Gayatri Mantra. Although religious in nature, the Vedas are a valuable source of information on various subjects. That is important now, valuable sources of information about the Aryans, their life, their occupation, their war. Okay, Rig Veda, Samaveda, Yajurveda, Atharva Veda, all. So listen once again, Rig Veda, it is the oldest Veda. No? It is divided into 10 mandalas, 10 parts. Okay. And it is said to have been composed during the early Vedic period. So if there is a question in the exam, write a short note about the Rig Veda. These points you can write and you will get a good mark. Okay, and in the last video, I said to complete the CW copy, I mean question answers of the lesson 1, no? So, and some of the students made comments, no? Okay, so they are having doubt. So, let me clear the doubt. So, you have to write the question answers in a CW classwork, I mean a notebook. And after the beginning of the regular class, you have to submit for correction. I will correct. If you are having doubt about a question or its answer, so please leave that question. I will explain that question in the class. So it is easy to write. Okay, please write the question answers, read the textbook. All subjects are important. You cannot avoid any subject until what we as a class 10. No, okay, means after class 10 you can select your option or science, maths, arts or anything. But now it is important to learn. So the remaining, okay, Samaveda, Yajurveda, Atharvaveda and the other things I will explain in the next video. Okay, here we have read about the Rig Veda. Okay, what is Rig Veda and what is the main content of the Rig Veda and what is the importance of the Rig Veda for us. And we have it also contains a famous Gayatri mantra. You all know that mantra. You know, I think you know the mantra, Gayatri mantra. Okay. And Samaveda will learn afterwards. So please revise the lesson. Thank you.